Hi guys, Gareth here from Heartfelt Horsemanship. I want to talk about a problem that's been coming up a lot lately in my video coaching. I always tell people that perfect is the enemy of good. What I mean by that is if you're aiming for perfection before you move to the next movement or next stage of your training, you're going to get a disgruntled horse that feels picked on and drilled. So in the Start with Heart series, I've had a number of people come back and say, oh, I'm struggling with this, and they do the video coaching for, let's say, the backup from the front, and I ask them about how their backup is when you're standing next to the horse. You know, you need to be able to back your horse up here as well. And they say, well, I haven't seen that. I said, well, it's in one of the videos of the 4 1-hour videos in Start with Heart. And a common answer is, oh, but I haven't watched more than the first video because I haven't perfected that. Now, first of all, in terms of the theory that comes up to watching a 4-hour video like that, or 4 hours of video, you're seeing far more circumstances than you're just going to see in the first session. You see extra stresses coming, so you get to deal with a lot more, you get educated on a lot more possible scenarios to deal with. So for that, if you have signed up for Start with Heart and you're going through it, I recommend before you even start the horse, go through the full 4 hours. Then also in terms of movements, if you're working on a backup, for example, and you're going for perfection before you even move to the next movement, let's say a hindfoot disengagement, your horse just feels drilled the whole time. It's all about how they need to feel rewarded for their try. And if you ask for a backup and they give you the best try that they can at that moment, then you ask again for that same motion. It's like that story of if someone points at the not today, on a sunny day, points at the sky and says, what color is the sky? And you say blue, and they point to the sky again and say, what color is the sky? And you say blue, and they point to the sky again, and you start thinking, well, maybe it's not blue, maybe it's some form of cyan or whatever, and you start changing your answer because they keep asking the same question even though you've given the right answer. So that's what it ends up being. If you sit and drill on one movement to try and get it perfect, if the horse tries, you've got to move on and do the next movement. None of this should be drilled. They should give their best try on the day and build it slowly. So just in terms of the information available, how to progress, you need to keep it interesting. How that applies further down the line is, let's say for example, 4/4 yield. Initially we accept just that step across. Down the line we might want 360s turn on the hind. It needs to keep being interesting for the horse, otherwise your horse will stop coming to the gate and saying, what are we doing today, because they know exactly what they're doing that day. So while the basics are critical, we have to have the basics to do anything else. Don't get trapped into this thing of going for perfect so that your horse gets bored and resentful of the work. Thanks guys, cheers.